When structuring an offer, one key consideration is how to handle a potential appraisal gap. An appraisal gap is the difference between the agreed upon purchase price and the appraised value, and in some cases, it's planned for upfront as part of the offer strategy. From a lending standpoint, the loan is based off the lower of the purchase price or the appraised value, so an appraisal gap occurs when the appraisal comes in lower than the purchase price of the home. When that happens, the buyer may need to bring in additional funds, renegotiate the purchase price, or structure the financing in a different way to account for that difference. It's important to understand that covering an appraisal gap doesn't always have to be a dollar for dollar increase in cash. There can be more creative ways to address the gap based on how the loan is designed. One option for the buyer is to increase their down payment to maintain the original loan to value. Another less commonly known approach is to keep the same down payment and allow the loan to value to increase. In that case, the buyer is effectively addressing the appraisal gap through the loan structure, potentially incorporating it into the monthly payment rather than covering the full difference upfront in cash. Understanding these options creates more flexibility when structuring a deal and helps align the approach with how a buyer wants to proceed. A well-structured approach to handling an appraisal gap can also be a meaningful point of leverage in an offer and impact the overall strength.